I'm Pepito. I'm the dog that produces the show, and now it is live, and I'm a dog.
My penis is back.
Let's show out. Rock the beats, I'm Paul. Rich bitch, Rocky Ford. KO King times 4. You want more? Hot damn bitch, here we go. Here's the score. 1 million. Hype up to a billion. Got me Stargate, bitch, cause it must have been fake. 100 billion. Hydrate, never late. Woo!
Yeah, that's true.
Hot train and the permanent flow. I'm gonna shout out chat because it's in the back and the ticket stamps and you can handle that. You know you need me, whether you live or sleepy or cerebri. I gotta thank other people that come to see me. always not. The track stay slick with the lick for bitch, because every time I step up it's always a trip. Woo! Call me Bradstein, get the soul mean, low tier Tyler, keep it clean. Woo-woo! It's your daddy, you know I'm never mad, he always dropping subs, keeping that hype. Batty, woo! 24/7, I'm in heaven. Hype train and it's always safe betting that I'm the best ever to be on the track with the literal track, cause I'm a train, goddamn. I'm too hype, staying up just about every night. You can keep me going and I'm always alive, but be careful if you ever actually reach 25, cause at that level, I won't say it's a spoiler, cause it'll happen someday, boy. Woo! Hype train popping off, blah 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 blah. I'm not done. Gonna shout out ADCP, son. Propaganda in the chat, and you know we like that. We got Sinister Dead, and the developing man. We got Ray Silver, Mr. Silver Fox, and I'ma chill ya. Lady side tricks, looking way too nice. We got Pablo Diablo, the fire feels right. Big Grando, rip the arm off, Beowulf. Gonna swing that shit, use your arm to go. We got S1000. 2012 giving me a pounding. Woo! We the best music. That's my cage phrase. Lose it. We the best music. Take that, man. Whoever that guy is, I just took it. Goddamn. A lot of sleazy masterminds. Something you should know they got to be masterminds. What it do? I trade on the beat. I'm still coming through. Call me Ivan Drago. I don't care if you live or die, I'ma just surprise ya. Papito, he's here too. Tripping out from the bits that you slew. Scammer. And we done.
We're live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this!
Sometimes, you know, the sad music plays. And then suddenly you have to apologize. There we go. Guys, Crumb is back to life. That's the big apology. Who didn't die is more like it. Oh, I need a haircut so bad. Ugh. Did any of the bin team get raptured? I guess Crumb got sucked back up from hell. Yeah, look at this cowlick go. And I got the neck beard going. I'm rocking it today. How many subs to kill Crumb again? 6. It's too much work to kill him. No amount of subs seems to be able to keep him dead. You thought we were in hell? I guess they got out. Sunday, according to Munch, Peter was vanquished, whatever that means. And Crumb is back. So that's the big news. It's the big stream news of the day. These very real people are back in our lives, or out of them. Maybe Peter's gone. Maybe that's the trade we had to make. To see ourselves to Valhalla. Just like certain people. Such a popular term lately. Are Peter and Grandman dead? I don't know. They blew up. According to Munch, they blew up. Big time exploded. There's still a hole in the wall. I don't know what was accomplished. But I know it was a lot of work. We might do it again at some point. Today, though, I have to do a pretty quick stream, I'll be honest, because I started real late. I might try to just do like an hour, but we'll be back on Friday. Yeah, I put so much work into that stream, I was like, well, I'll take a little less time to stream this week to catch up with the rest of my life. Oh yeah, and Dave is wandering around this. Maybe we'll have Dave get his own thing. He's such a beautiful, stocky man. It was, if you want to see a little under the hood, guys, for the red tape that we had to clear to make that wall thing work. Here, I'll open up all of the individual tasks that had to be created. And there were still a lot of problems, to be honest, because I didn't really have time to test it. Not that I was building an actual game exactly, but I realized even to simulate an RPG, I guess I had to build the incredibly bare bones version of a game essentially into OBS. Crumb's attack still didn't work. That's true. But if you want to see the dumb thing in list form that we did, I don't want to see it at all. I don't even want to be here. Oh, weird. That grandma was here. It was not a plugin. It was all custom. So, look. Transitions. Just transitions. The player 2 stuff. Player 1. Effects. When you open any of these up, unfortunately, they're all tabs of a million different little mini sub-actions. Some way worse than others in their level of intensity. This is the only time StreamerBot full screen will ever get 5 stars. Anyway, all of this is just the shit. It's not actually that bad looking at it this way. But then when you open each one and realize all of them have little individual crazy things going on. Every one of these is just a really long list of stuff that all had to be done manually. There's probably a better way. There was probably a better way, but I was committed to doing it that way once I had started. Because then you can customize it as much as you want. You get it. Anyway, maybe it took enough work that we should probably do it again at some point. Just so I didn't literally put in 4 weeks of hobby style work for 1 3-hour stream. StreamerBot is, for whatever streaming requires independently, it's the best app I've found. So I guess I have to give it 5 stars. But working with it is a 2-star experience still for sure, which is up from 1 star. Yeah, we could do the murder mystery as an RPG probably. Maybe I can even make Fiona do it with me. I think the only limitation that I still see of this system I built, oh my god, and we'll get to thinking subs in just a second, is it might still be a little confusing for any person playing it with me, the guests that we get. So, what exactly is even happening? So I might try to find that might be the next goal I have for that kind of system, is just making it a little easier for whoever joins me. And also, it might be easier if I wasn't also playing as person too, or Munch wasn't. Sorry, not to take all the credit for whatever Munch is doing. That's what a producer is for. We don't have a different producer other than the one producer that we have. And he's been very clear that he's not willing to help.
Yeah. I'm not doing that stuff. I was in there, though. I revived people several times. But that's the limit of the amount of work I'm willing to do. So get wrecked.
We did. Although I guess they also won.
I don't know.
Okay, well, look, we don't have much time, and there's a whole new segment also that I made. I updated an old segment to possibly be a little more functional. So, Hype Train, I need you to just... Also, spoiler alert, one fun thing that happened to make Sunday a little more stressful for me is my snap camera completely reset all of my hotkeys. You might guess that there were hundreds of hotkeys that are now gone. So that was fun. all the filters are still available. I just have to re-find some people again. Jeb might get another facelift if I'm not able to locate certain assets. Anyway, as we love to say, also I have no idea why it happened. It just happens every couple of months. Where is Salazar? Again, it's just like a real commitment for me to figure out to pop the hood on Snap Camera and reactivate all the custom filters that got broken by some update on Snap Camera's end to make this hack of their software even less functional. That's why Pepito was gone for so long. But someday maybe we'll get him back. It'll probably take like more work than you'd think. I'll probably have to figure it out for about 5 or 6 hours of just reading. So I haven't made the time to do that yet. But someday we might. Anyway, Hype Train, what are you doing?
I was not vanquished. I saw you guys go zooming by in hell.
Dark side, light this bitch up.
And I was unimpressed. I get in and out of hell all the time. You guys are amateurs at this game. I was born in hell, living in a hot piss smell, but the piss smells well.
Smells well.
Smells well in the piss. If you catch my gist, I'ma have a bris. I'ma drink some Chris, which is piss.
What?
Chris in hell is piss, and piss in hell is Chris, and Chris on earth is piss, but nobody knows this.
What?
I know that the Chris is piss and Chris, and that's my wish. I made all the earth piss into Chris, and the Chris piss into hell piss.
You're just saying words that rhyme with piss.
Nope. Sorry, miss. Anyway, I got some people to thank. Let's see who's in the chat, man. Looking out for this goddamn sub rolling in. Alright, who summoned me today? Let's thank them all. So I'll be back on my way. We got Car King with the 300 bits. That was 3 days ago though. Who's in today, man? Let me take this real slow. We got Daddy 17 minutes ago with the 35 months we've been putting on the show. We got Shaggy 175, 35 months, keeping the hype train way too alive. We got another sub coming in before that. We got Waco's Art, 34 months, baby. I'd say that's a pretty damn good start. We got Big Randall 7 minutes ago with the wee wee wee. You know what else is wee wee?
Piss.
Now you see, okay. Bumble Sprout, 5 subs. Mighty Eyes Dramping it on thick, showing too much love. Currently working 4 minutes ago. The Wall Street was awesome. Thank you. Thanks.
You didn't do anything, Hype Train.
Yeah, I did. I was there.
For like 2 seconds.
Counts. Still counts. Stormburn 92, 35 months they've been coming through. Mighty Eyes, 5 community subs again. That's just way too much love. Who else dropped the 5? Somebody else dropped the 5 and I missed it. Bumble Sprout, oh my god, that's a god, no doubt. 5 community subs. Too much love. But for now, I think the hype train is fucking done. I'm busy today, Case.
What are you doing that's more important than rapping on my stream?
I gotta go file some divorce papers in hell. Make sure they're fully filed. My marriage has been annulled by someone returning to life.
You were actually married to Crumb and Hell?
Of course, I'm a hot commodity down there. Although I'm one of the few things that doesn't have sex in hell, because I just don't know what it is, and I don't think I have the parts. But people still love to rub their genitals all over the place, so I guess that counts.
I don't really need, you don't need to get into it.
You want me to get into graphic detail about how sex works in hell with a train?
No.
You sure? That's crazy, buddy. Alright. See ya.
The hype is still happening. The hype train left. It's a dereliction of duty. But also, I usually complain about him being on for too long. Anyway, let's just do some news. It's still your vagina. Don't let them take it from you. Okay.
I Get up. Ladies against me. They want me to come.
Tripping out in here, Case. How am I supposed to confidence? Confidence? How am I supposed to focus? Me, Jeff Ripple. Well, clearly you can't. You can't even use words right now, Jeff. You're losing it, man. Shut no. I accidentally said confidence because I have so much. Hype Ripple. That's right. Don't adjust your TV. The hype is emanating from me today. Want me to rhyme with piss a lot? No, we've had a fair amount of that for almost 3 years now. Reverie Wolf. Great to see you. The resident wolf got raptured, but I was inside, so I got stuck on the ceiling. And now they're back down. Congratulations on being one of the elect, but then I guess blowing it? Did you get raptured? Are you still here? I'm looking right at you. Oh, right. I forgot that you're looking directly at me. Did you get raptured? I'm right here, you idiot. You just asked me the same question. We have fun. Speaking of biblical levels of importance, you hear about Jimmy Kimmel's monologue? Oh, is that the top story we're getting into? Jimmy Kimmel he saved the country last night. And I'm laughing because it was so funny. I saw clips. I think the whole thing is on YouTube. We could watch some of it. I think it's like 20 minutes long. It already has how many views does it have? 17 million people watched Jimmy Kimmel respond to this Trump beef. Classic freedom. I like the new beef system. It's freedom of speech based. Oh, we need a headline. Jimmy Kim Weld? Is that good, Case? Do you like this headline that I just made? It's one of our worst ever. I had to think of it on short notice. What do you want from me? Look, I could read stories about it, or I could just click on this.
Breaking news.
Oop. We watch. How much of this can we watch? I don't know. I heard he cried. I saw clips of him crying. I don't know how much he cried. Let's see how much crying he was doing. The tears of freedom.
News on Jimmy Kimmel and autism.
Jimmy Kimmel coming back to late night television.
ABC chose to bring back their low rating nighttime host.
We are in for a monologue that will be a marker in late night show history.
It's going to be in a moment.
Yeah, no question. A huge
Man, look at all this hype.
American history.
It's one of the
making this look even oh, there we go.
History.
He will be delivering what is being dubbed the most anticipated monologue in late night in years.
Maybe we should change? Yeah.
From Hollywood, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tonight, Glenn Powell and music from Sarah McLachlan with Cleto and the Cletones. And now, Jimmy Kimmel.
There we go. Okay, anyway, let's jump in here.
Report.
He gets cheered a lot. Let's just watch the whole thing. Well, all right. I guess we can't get taken down if everybody's doing it. If he'd eaten the audience, it would have made a real statement, Reverie Wolf. That's next level what you're saying there. Jesus. Too loud for our speakers to handle. It's 20 minutes. We might get bored. We'll see how long Case can handle it.
Before I was interrupted. If you're just joining us, we are preempting your regularly scheduled encore episode of Celebrity Family Feud to bring you this special report. I'm happy to be here tonight with you.
Whoa, if Jay Leno appeared. The new Trump ambassador, Leno. You gonna poo-poo this case? I think it's good he's back.
I'm not sure who had a weirder 48 hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol. It's been overwhelming. I've heard from a lot of people over the last 6 days. I've heard from all the people in the world over the last 6 days. Everyone I have ever met has reached out 10 or 11 times. Weird characters from my past are the guy who fired me from my first radio job in Seattle, where we are not airing tonight, by the way. Sorry, Seattle. His name is Larry. In 1989, Larry tried to force me.
Oh yeah, in case anybody wasn't aware, Fiona Nova probably did reach out. He still wasn't airing in like 25% of stations or something. I think he wasn't airing in Washington. Some Sinclair Broadcasting was like, no, not after what you said, Jimmy.
To do a bit called Jokes for Donuts, where people would call in with a joke and I would give them donuts. I refused to do it, and then I made a lot of fun of Larry for suggesting it, and eventually Larry fired me, and I had to move back in with my parents. But even he wrote in to cheer me up. Thank you, Larry, and I want to thank everyone who checked in.
He does seem, I mean, it's understandable, but he does seem pretty wavery. I guess this is hitting him in the soft spots. Which is, again, I'm not saying that's bad. It's fair. He probably felt like he lost a lot. We'll see how it goes.
But some that I do especially want to mention are my fellow late night talk show hosts, my friend Stephen Colbert, who's found himself in this predicament. My friends Jon Stewart, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon, John Oliver, Conan O'Brien, James Corden.
James Corden,
Kathy, Wanda, Chelsea,
one of them.
Jay reached out. I heard
Jay did. Jay reached out.
Other countries from Ireland and from Germany. The guy in Germany offered me a job. Can you imagine? This country has become so authoritarian. The Germans
would he have been?
Come here.
Would he have been screwed if he didn't get his job back? I don't really think so. I think a lot of his staff would have been screwed, which. I mean, he also would take a huge pay cut if he wasn't on traditional cable TV. I don't think he would immediately be making as much money on a podcast or something. But I do think all of these legacy late night figures, something's got to give independently of all this free speech stuff, which is ridiculous. I just don't know how much the financials of these shows make sense anymore, although they could still make sense. Because again, they create a lot of cultural wake that then other people talk about. But if the Joe Rogans and Tim Dylans of the world get the same reach and are just a guy in a room, it makes these shows seem a little less reasonable, for better or worse. Probably for worse. Yeah, he's gonna be fine either way. Also, he's already rich.
Howard Stern and David Letterman were very considerate and kind, and I feel honored to be part of a group of people that knows what goes into doing a show.
We do love a guy in a room.
I also want to thank all of you.
Guys.
Thanks to who supported our show, cared enough to do something about it, to make your voices heard so that mine could be heard. I will.
Is it weird that I think less of him for coming back? I don't think so. I mean, I guess if you want to give him extend more of the olive branch, I think it's good that Disney caved to public pressure, essentially. Although then they also caved to Donald Trump's pressure, so it's a bit of a wash. Again, I think because these guys have really big staffs of writers and producers and crew, it would be difficult for them to just take a stand here and be like, I won't come back, when the livelihoods of hundreds or more people are relying on you just doing this show. I think that's fair. It just depends what kind of statements he makes. And again, I haven't really watched this full thing as to how I feel about the whole circus of it all. But I think on the whole, for me at least, I get why he came back.
I'll never forget it. And maybe most of all, I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway. People who I never would have imagined, like Ben Shapiro, Clay Travis, Candace Owens, Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, even my old pal Ted Cruz, who, believe it or not, said something very beautiful on my behalf.
Beautiful.
I hate what Jimmy Kimmel said. I am thrilled that he was fired.
Oh, wait, no, not that. The other part.
But let me tell you, if the government gets in the business of saying,
what you
we
can
don't
and can't
like
say,
what you, the media, have said, we're going to ban you from the airwaves if you don't say what we like. That will end up bad for conservatives.
I don't think I've ever said this before, but Ted Cruz is right. He's absolutely right. This affects all of us, including him. I mean, think about it. If Ted Cruz can't speak freely, then he can't cast spells on the Smurfs. Even though I don't agree with many of those people on most subjects, some of the things they say even make me want to throw up. It takes courage for them to speak out against this administration, and they did, and they deserve credit for it. And thanks.
I mean, this is like, I can obviously just speak as crazily as I want on a stream, and I have not even a tenth of 1% of this guy's audience. I can get why he's trying to like make inroads, I guess, here to conservatives, but like, I don't know. I don't really feel the need to give like Ted Cruz the pat on the back. He's just in a very different position though than like most of the creators you watch, and obviously 1 million eyes are on him, 17 million just on YouTube. So I don't know. This doesn't really make me feel inspired, but anyway, let's keep going.
For telling their followers that our government cannot be allowed to control what we do and do not say on television, and that we have to stand up to it. I've been hearing a lot about what I need to say and do tonight, and the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young...
Sorry, that's literally the spot where I think he starts crying, so we'll rewind it, but I did miss a call from Kendall, so I gotta take it real quick, guys. List of priorities here, We have to stay tethered to the real world at sometimes. Hey, I'm streaming, sorry.
Oh, okay.
But I'm only gonna do a little bit today. I think I'll be done by 7:45-ish.
Oh, you can stream longer because I want to watch Only Murders in the Building with Nathan on Discord.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe we do go longer. If you, because I'm not allowed to watch that show because I had a bad attitude the first time.
You really did. You had such a bad attitude. I'm like, you can't watch it with me, and you're not going to enjoy it. So.
I have a bad habit of doing running commentary on things. Everyone, you might have noticed.
Yeah. Even on shows, people are excited to show him.
I think I still submit that I was enjoying it. I think I just made 1 or 2 comments that ruined it.
1 or 2 is a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, okay. Well, I will order us food at some point then.
Okay.
But how far are you from home?
30 minutes.
Okay, I'll see you in 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Say bye to the stream.
Bye-bye, stream.
There you go, guys. Okay, talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
My wife is not a fan of hilarious comments on shows she wants me to watch. It's a bad habit that I think a lot of guys have, unfortunately, including me. Where I'm like, but what if I say this? Case watch Dan to Dan. My brother also, not my brother, or my brother, also told me I need to watch that. So I really should. That was one I tried to watch with Kendall, and you know what? She had little comments on that one that she did not want to watch it, and she hated the animation style. But I will say that is a more upfront way to do it than being like, yeah, I'll watch it, and then being like, there's some of the rating here. That does sound annoying, Case, and you're bad. Thank you for backing Kendall up there. Okay, anyway, we're in the middle of the peak of the Kimmel experience here. The first time I've watched him in years. Let's go back a couple seconds so we can pick up with our previously scheduled Kimmeling and see what he's got to say. So far, Republicans are also, in some cases, in favor of free speech. Has been at the thrust of it.
do not say on television, and that we have to stand up to it. I've been hearing a lot about what I need to say and do tonight, and the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't, ever. And also, selfishly, I am a person who gets a lot of threats. I get many ugly and scary threats against my life, my wife, my kids, my coworkers.
I think that's all kind of fair. We'll just watch the whole thing. But seeing as we're watching it on the stream, I guess I may as well say something about it. Don't. I have no choice. Do you want to say anything about it? Wow. That's not useful, Jeff. Whoa. Okay. I think he's being pretty conciliatory is my basic feeling. I'm guessing he's gonna probably spin back around to some more general statements about free speech. Obviously, for my taste, I would prefer if he was a little less conciliatory. If he wasn't like... I kind of get, on some level, feeling like if you really believe, like I do, that all violence is wrong, that if you felt like you were contributing to it in some capacity, maybe it would make you emotional. I don't know. It's not really, like, kind of like he was saying, I don't really think it's his responsibility to say exactly the right thing and heal all national wounds. I will say, I think if he draws some illusions, and I don't know if he does, like Mahmoud Khalil, for instance, I would say is a more serious infraction against free speech than even what he's going through. It's literally like deporting people and imprisoning them. And there's other cases of that. Will he get into that stuff? That's the angle I would go with if I was him. And not doing that, I find that a little disappointing because I think it's the more prescient issue. I don't know. I kind of agree with him that like he's in a shitty position where it feels like he's supposed to say, like, he's supposed to give some Independence Day style speech to protect us from the aliens, but I don't know. I guess I just wish he had a little bit more of a sober look at the situation and found like a clear angle. And I also kind of wish, people are saying ew to something. Wait until he breaks down over Erica's speech at the rally. I've heard a lot of talk about Erica Kirk's speech. And I don't know. I can't really. There's nothing good someone like me can say about it. Like, she is an actual widow who literally just lost whose husband was just violently killed. But the political spectacle of the thing just makes it so insane that like the fact people are trying to glean this nugget of brave reconciliation that maybe she was earnestly going for. I'm sorry, to me it's overshadowed by like the fucking literal Nazi rally rhetoric that was flying around the entire time. Anyway, separate thing. Let's get back to Kimmel, I guess.
Because of what I choose to say. And I know those threats don't come from the kind of people on the right who I know and love. So that's what I wanted to say on that subject. But I don't want to make this about me and I know this is what people say when they make things about them, but I really don't. This show this show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this. I've had the opportunity to meet and spend time with comedians and talk show hosts from countries like Russia, countries in the Middle East, who tell me they would get thrown in prison for making fun of those in power, and worse than being thrown in prison. They know how lucky we are here. Our freedom to speak is what they admire most about this country. And that's something I'm embarrassed to say I took for granted until they pulled my friend Steven off the air and tried to coerce the affiliates.
Again, he's taking, it's understandable that he is. He's taking the angle of like the main assaults against free speech are against late night hosts. I don't know if he's going to stay there. It's all, maybe it's just, there's a million ways to justify it. Maybe he's just trying to make this digestible for his audience who cares more about him than someone like, again, like Mahmoud Khalil. But the hyper focus around like people losing these legacy late night shows, it does feel odd to me. But I understand that people will legitimately care more about this than like people getting kicked out of the country for criticizing Israel. So anyway, let's keep going.
Who run our show in the cities that you live in to take my show off the air. That's not legal. That's not American. That is un-American, and it is so dangerous. I want you to think about this. Should the government be allowed to regulate which podcasts the cell phone companies and Wi-Fi providers are allowed to let you download to make sure they serve the public interest?
Case. There are certain podcasts that if they couldn't be downloaded, look, it would actually be bad. It would be bad, but him just saying that out loud is like, well, if they couldn't hear some of them. But yes, I do agree with him. That would be bad.
You think that sounds crazy? No! 10 years ago, this sounded crazy. Brendan Carr, the chairman of the FCC, telling an American company, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, and that these companies can find ways to change conduct and take action on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. In addition to being a direct violation of the First Amendment, is not a particularly intelligent threat to make in public. Ted Cruz said he sounded like a mafioso. Although, I don't know, if you want to hear a mob boss make a threat like that, you have to hide a microphone in a deli and park outside in a van with a tape recorder all night long. This genius said it on a podcast. Brendan Carr is the most embarrassing car Republicans have embraced since this one. And that's saying something. The FCC.
Yeah, Card King, that's a fair point. I mean, this is certainly not the first time. The idea that like cancel culture is the progenitor of all these celebrities losing their job is just so laughable if you've ever looked into the history of politics in our country since the arrival of TV. Like, the airwaves have always been regulated. It's just a question of how and like around what subjects. He could easily get kicked off the air for really openly criticizing Israel still. There's other subjects he could easily get kicked off the air for. There's obviously stuff around like sexuality and expression like that that's always been completely disallowed. But there's like a long history of political speech also getting censored for sure. I do think what he's saying is like, for as negative as I can be about the state of our country, I do broadly agree with him that like one of the one of the things I like about being an American is, you know, that we do seem to have certain privileged free speech still, although it's clearly a precarious situation. So I'm glad he's at least talking in that direction. I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
The FCC has a tradition of meddling where they shouldn't.
Do you? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, it is not entirely free, but it is still. You still have certain protections that you don't have in other countries. I do think that's true. There are also countries where you might have more free speech around certain subjects. It's never as simple as like we just have free speech. But I do think it's fair to say you are still able to criticize the government in most cases without immediate repercussions, but that is a sliding scale, and I do think currently it's sliding in the wrong direction, which I do think is broadly his point.
Many administrations,
and yeah, exactly.
but it
Some
wasn't
people
always
have
like
it.
this. There was an FCC commissioner back in 2022 who worked under Joe Biden who was spot on. He wrote, President Biden is right. Political satire is one of the oldest and most important forms of free speech. It challenges those in power while using humor to draw more people into the discussion. That's why people in influential positions have always targeted it for censorship. You know who wrote that? FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr, who later was appointed chairman of the FCC by this former crusader for free speech.
If we don't have free speech, then we just don't have a free country. It's as simple as that. If this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple.
He's talking about Gamergate
just like
during
dominoes, one by one, they'll go down.
That was also in 2022. And I wonder, how did that guy turn into this guy?
Who would you like to see replace Kimmel on late night?
Well, a lot of people, anybody could replace him. The guy had no talent. Kimmel look, he was fired. He had no talent. He's a whack job, but he had no talent. And more importantly than talent, he had no, because a lot of people have no talent, they get ratings. But he had no ratings.
Well, I do tonight.
At least on YouTube. Talent.
You almost have to feel sorry for him. He did his best to cancel me. Instead, he forced millions of people to watch the show. That backfired bigly. He might have to release the Epstein files to distract us from this now. Now, a lot of people have been asking me if there are conditions for my return to the air, and there is one. Disney has asked me to read the following statement, and I agreed to do it. Here we go. To reactivate your Disney Plus and Hulu account, open.
That's just Slam Diego for sure. Honestly, I'm a terrible laugher when it comes to like watching comedy clips. I don't actually think all of this is like terrible, even though my face is completely placid. Again, I do think he's in like a difficult position. And I don't think we're like we have the most free speech of any nation or something. But I do broadly agree with the point that like the forms of free speech that we traditionally have had are at least worth aspiring to uphold. I don't know. I kind of do his point in like what he says doesn't really matter. Fortunately, that's kind of true. I mean, the basic action is Disney could take him off the air and then they let him back on. So I don't know. Well, I've heard this get praised a lot and also get attacked. And right now I feel kind of in the middle, which is not the most exciting position.
Open the Disney Plus app on your smart TV or TV.
Yeah, Crisis Stick. I feel kind of the same way.
I've been fortunate to work at a company that has allowed me to do the show the way we want to do it for almost 23 years. I've done almost 4,000 shows on ABC. And over that time, the people who run this network have allowed me to evolve and to stretch the boundaries of what was once traditional for a late night talk show, even when it made them uncomfortable, which I do a lot. Every night, they've defended my right to poke fun at our leaders and to advocate for subjects that
not every night.
Important by allowing me to use their platform, and I am very grateful for that. With that said, I was not happy when they pulled me off the air on Wednesday. I did not agree with that decision, and I told them that, and we had many conversations. I shared my point of view. They shared theirs. We talked it through, and at the end, even though they didn't have to, they really didn't have to. This is a giant company. We have short attention spans, and I am a tiny part of the Disney Corporation. They welcomed me back on the air, and I thank them for that. Because I know that unfortunately, And I think unjustly, this puts them at risk. The President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke. He was...
So, like, what he just said about... Again, like, this is the crazy thing about, like, critiquing a late night host's political effectiveness, because I do kind of agree that it's like it's never gonna create the fireworks people are expecting. It is ultimately about entertaining us, and I don't mean that as like he has no responsibility to anything, but like I do agree that like broadly comedy, for better or worse, doesn't have the political effectiveness some people think it does. But he's in a position right now where like it doesn't even really matter what kind of jokes he makes unless he just feels like really turning it on and like somehow pulls the funniest monologue of all time out of this. Like he is basically doing like a campaign speech weirdly right now for broadly like liberal democracy. And I don't find it that inspiring when you do things like humanize the Disney executives that pulled you off the air. I understand that he probably actually has a relationship with these people, so to him it feels naturally humanized, but it's like a multi-billion-dollar corporation making an incredibly monetarily motivated decision to do something completely cowardly, and then to give them credit for like reversing on it. I wouldn't have done that if I was him. But again, he has like a literal open business relationship with these people, and he's probably trying to defend his show and the jobs of the people at that show. So I get it, but you know, people are clearly trying to draw battle lines right now, and his are feeling pretty wavery. I think because the general thrust of this, at least so far to me, feels like let's come together. I can see why he went that angle because it feels good, but I just don't know. I don't know if that's really the message right now. Like, I do think people need to be willing to be a little more aggressive, and it doesn't feel like he is.
Somehow able to squeeze Colbert out of CBS. Then he turned his sights on me, and now he's openly rooting for NBC to fire Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers and the hundreds of Americans who work for their shows who don't make millions of dollars. And I hope that if that happens, or if there's even any hint of that happening, you will be 10 times as loud as you were this week. We have to speak out against this because he's not stopping. And it's not just comedy. He's gunning for our journalists, too. He's suing them. He's bullying them. Over the weekend, his foxy friend Pete Hegseth announced a new policy that requires journalists with Pentagon press credentials to sign a pledge promising not to report information that hasn't been explicitly authorized for release. That includes unclassified information. They want to pick and choose what the news is. I know that's not as interesting as muzzling a comedian, but it's so important to have a free press, and it is nuts that we aren't paying more attention to it. Walter Cronkite must be spinning in his grave right now. He's dead, right? Yeah. Look, I never imagined I would be in a situation like this. I barely paid attention in school. But one thing I did learn from Lenny Bruce and George Carlin and Howard Stern is that a government threat to silence a comedian the president doesn't like is anti-American. That's anti-American.
If you do it enough times, it kind of becomes American, right?
Some solidarity on that from the right and the left and from those in the middle like Joe Rogan. Maybe the silver lining from this is we found one thing we can agree on, and maybe we'll even find another one. Maybe we can get a little bit closer together. We do agree on a lot of things. We agree on keeping our children safe from guns, on reproductive rights for women, Social Security.
Yeah, saying Joe Rogan is a person in the middle that's an angle, I guess, that you could take. Again, all of this is very conciliatory in nature. If I had a huge national platform, I don't know what I feel like my responsibilities would be. Because I do broadly agree, like, at some point, people need, like, a shared sense of identity for a country to be functional. Like, it would be nice if we could come together around certain issues. In a sense, there's things Americans still agree on. We still agree money is a thing everyone wants. I'd say that's one of our few shared beliefs. I don't know. This feels like it's coming from like just a different reality to me a little bit. Yeah. I mean, some of us like football. More Americans like football than don't like it, probably. That's the thing we could at least say. I guess I feel like the moment of like, we can come together around our shared values is just like, we're too far from there. I hope someday we get there, but I don't think we're there right now. So I think you may as well come in guns blazing. I kind of agree, like, the more baller move would for sure be like, yeah, I'll come back. And then you just go nuts on the airwaves for 20 minutes and get immediately canceled again. And then you ride off into the sunset to like start a podcast or your own YouTube show or whatever the fuck someone at his level of exposure can do. I don't fault him for not doing that. I'm sure he has all sorts of considerations. But this definitely is... There's parts of it I can broadly agree with, because I guess the point is to make it kind of agreeable, but so far this does not work for me.
Affordable health care, pediatric cancer research. These are all things that most Americans support. Let's stop letting these politicians tell us what they want and tell them what we want. You are our leader. There was a moment over the weekend, a very beautiful moment. I don't know if you saw this. On Sunday, Erica Kirk forgave the man who shot her husband. She forgave him.
Oh, shoot. Well, some of that stuff does not work. I'll try to turn it off eventually.
If you believe
it's for the RPG stream
in the teachings of Jesus, as I do, there it was. That's it. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply. And I hope it touches many. And if there's anything we should take from this tragedy to carry forward, I hope it can be that, not this. So thank you for listening, and I'll have more to say when we come back.
I mean, there is more, but I feel like I get the thrust of his message. Did you feel the thrust? I felt it. Did you like the feeling? Crazy how since the pandemic things have taken a complete U-turn, almost like being shut in for so long programmed the most vulnerable idiots of our population and turned their MAGA mind melt into a twisted version of mainstream. I don't even know. I think our media landscape is fractured enough that I'm not even going to guess where the actual like popular center on things is anymore. I think if I had one issue with this speech, which I think is closer to what it is from Jimmy Kimmel, and I understand why he's giving one, given the amount of attention on him and the things that feel like are at stake. If I had a main issue, it's just that I don't feel like he has a clear sense of the actual hard divisions that are not reconcilable, that I do think you have to speak to. Like, he can say things bring us together, but half the country believes that an immigrant invasion is the principal reason for all of the problems in our country, and that if we just lock up enough brown people, then everything's going to work out. And it's just, you know, that's a complete fantasy. Not that he has to bring that up here necessarily, but unless you can like articulate like a clearer alternate vision than just like, we need to believe in each other, I just don't know. I don't know what there is to say. Like, I don't know what you have to say that is that valuable. If your ultimate feeling is just like, if we just believe in being American hard enough, we can really right this ship. Like, no, there's some real poison in the veins right now that I think we have to speak to a little more directly than what he's doing here. People from Montana so worried about illegals coming from Mexico. Yeah, it's like a total psychopathy. And the real culprit in all of this, in my opinion, is, of course, the Disney executives that he spent like a good 2 minutes there filleting, despite them kicking him off the air for making the mildest fucking joke of all time about the Charlie Kirk situation. So the real issue here, in my opinion, is the person holding the puppet strings and the money strings told him, behave yourself, and he's doing it. And again, it's not that simple of a situation, because that's the situation most of us are in some capacity. Like, granted, he's so rich, at this point, he really could ride off into the sunset. It's not Jimmy Kimmel's job to be like a revolutionary leader of America, but I find the general tenor of that to be a little less inspirational than I think probably some people are feeling like it is. But I'm glad that, again, Disney caved to what pressure there was, seemingly, to bring him back. And it's crazy that this was even a thing. The joke was against Trump, not Kirk. Yeah, I mean, the thing conservatives are so enraged about, oh my gosh. Non sequitur. Oh shit. Who's that walking over here? Is that Kendall fucking Lynn? Yo, let me tell you about a girl named Kendall. Got a vibe so wild, man, she's raised metal. Sister Christine by her slice of this party. Kendall the one who's inside your dreams. Attitude popping, always popping off, saying the wrong thing. She's gonna pop like a cough. A Luke Queen crack shells with the grin that yo. She's behind me now, and it's my son. Why? Because her name is what?
Kendall.
Name is what?
Kendall.
Her name is what?
Kendall.
What's her name?
Kendall.
Looking good, Kendall.
Buzz buzz. A buzz buzz.
Let the strings hang and take to the shop. Fast provides. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Look great.
Thanks. I put a mouse head on today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that fun?
No. All right. Bye.
It wasn't fun. That's Kendall. Yes, Case, we know. I don't know. I don't want to just shit on Jimmy Kimmel. I don't really feel like he's in an easy position here. I don't know exactly what I would say. I would never be in that position, because I would have already said so many things that would have, I'm assuming, pissed people off way more, given what they got mad about. But anyway, the thing that conservatives are claiming to be mad about now is that he misattributed the Tyler Robinson's guy's ideology as like a Republican Pepe or whatever, even though he even did that in such a mild way. And at the time he was speaking, that was like the popular operating theory, was that he was like some kind of online groiper guy. And at this point, they've just flipped and decided that he's like the ultimate leftist, despite there being incredibly limited proof of that. I guess the proof is that he had a trans partner. It's not even clear if that's... I'm not even gonna I'm so untrusting of like the general narrative. And I don't even mean that in the conspiratorial sense of like, he didn't do it, it's someone else. I mean just the facts that have been released by the government about the Charlie Kirk shooting, about the shooter himself, are just, they've been so confusingly delivered and are being used so politically that I just don't know. I don't think it's a valuable exercise to try to figure out the exact beliefs of Tyler Robinson at this point. But the fake ass tweet. He had a trans Uber driver once, and that radicalized him. Yeah, that experience, because they were great. They had like the free candy in there and water bottles and a little mini fridge. That would radicalize anyone. At that point, whatever group drove you, you're on their side now. Yeah, that's how America works. It's a cool place. Anyway, when's the last time Crumb interrupted Jeff Ripple? Does he know that he's alive? It's a very fair question, and I'm not sure. Jeff, I wasn't even sure that he was dead. I keep the stuff that goes on in the other studios in this building out of my brain because, frankly, everyone who works here is, I think, psychotic. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. I'm trying to see if I can get Crumb on the line. Although I guess we'll go down to Munch and Crumb after this, and then we'll try a new segment. And then we have to do Amongst the Web, and then I think I probably have to call it because I started a bit late today. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like I'm maybe being more negative than I need to be about what Jimmy Kimmel said. Given that on the whole, it's like he's saying fairly. I guess the problem is it feels kind of benign things to me. But given that he was literally kicked off the air for saying something so incredibly benign, I can see how this feels now transgressive, I guess, to some people, given the shifting state of what's allowed. But then at the same time, everything online is such a fucking free-for-all that you can kind of say anything in other forms of popular media. They're just not on legacy TV. So it's weird. We're in like a weird media landscape, possibly transitionary period, or maybe this is just, it's all insane now. Maybe it's always been insane. I mean, mass media has always been a little insane, but right now there's some extra insane dimensions to it. What about a conspiracy? Do we have a conspiracy too? You know, we got a bunch of requests on the Sunday stream that I do want to do, but I have to go back through and see what they were because there's just so many alerts that I got from the way I was running that stream that I kind of can't tell which segments were requested. Okay. Don't we need a Ouija board for Crumb? Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you feel, Crumb was resurrected from the dead on Sunday. And I know that sounds crazy, but technically there's a Twitch VOD and a YouTube VOD to prove it. Can I just say, oh my God, Crumb, what's going on with you? Uh-oh. Am I fading already? Am I fading back into the distance? There we go. Okay, I'm feeling slightly more alive already. Is this thing on? Am I back? Can anyone just clarify what date it is? Because I went home, and my wife, Belulia, seems to have been living with her. She's taking French classes online, and somehow, I guess she started taking them in person because it felt like her French instructor had been there for a couple months, which is weird because I'd just seen her that morning. It's September. That just can't be. That can't be right. If you want it straight, Crumb, your head got exploded by a gorilla punch, and I think you went to hell for most of the summer. Yeah, that seems to be what happened. Just if you want a second opinion. But that's so stupid that there's no way that that's what happened, so. I didn't die. I'm right here. My body hair is growing back already. No, you're all being crazy. I think you're all the ones being crazy. So I'm just gonna go do my job. How about that? How about I just go do my job? At some point, though, you're probably gonna have to come to terms with the fact that you died and went to hell. Well, but I don't have any memory of that, so maybe you're just protecting yourself? Mr. President, any thoughts on this?
Up, Jack? Biggs of 91, just Mama Jam, 300 shiny, tasty coins, and I've been dying to say this. Do you have any idea how much I wanted to fuck up all the people who made fun of my son dying because my son is an soul monster, but I didn't because I have self-respect, damn it.
Crumb, somehow you leveled everyone up. There might be some slight technical issues today.
What happened?
Well, the stream was set up. There's all sorts of new auto effects for the RPG stream. So somehow everybody just leveled up.
I see.
Congratulations, chat. Yeah, it got real loud for a sec.
poll working?
This also feel like all my audio is really turned up today.
It kind of looked like the poll wasn't working.
I think the poll was technically working.
Oh.
Kendall, tell us the mean things Case said about only murders in the building. Yeah, what did I even say?
It was mostly, it wasn't even like the premise of the show. It was almost the production / Selena Gomez. He said a lot about Selena Gomez. About her acting.
Oh, her acting. That was it.
But like, he couldn't get past it, you know?
That's true.
To enjoy the show.
Her acting was throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Which maybe she's good and I'm just being, I can't remember. I might have just being judgmental. Wait, what RPG? Expedition 33? Yeah. I'm talking about Expedition 33. You guys just leveled up in that. Well, I'm sorry. I do apologize to Selena Gomez. I bet you're good.
Okay, she's probably a bad person.
One time Kendall watched the Apple Selena Gomez documentary and it did make me dislike her a little bit.
Yeah. But I think she's like a bad person, not in a sense that she like plays the victim or is manipulative. I think she's like a bad person in a sense that she probably is secretly not racist, but prejudiced, and pretends she likes everyone, when I think really she thinks she's better than everybody and things don't apply to her because she's pretty and rich. That's how I think she actually works.
I will say that is technically meaner than what I said, which is that she's a bad actor. What Kendall just said was a little more brutal.
Can you be a good person if you're engaged to Benny Blanco?
I don't know much about Benny Blanco, but I do know he showed up on that show Dave, back when I still watched that show Dave with Lil Dicky.
Mm-hmm.
And the vibes were very unsavory to me. Granted, that's a show.
Yeah, I just don't like him.
But I was like, what is
He's
this?
He makes fun of Filipinos like way too much. In like an actual racist way.
That sounds like, that squares for me. He's not attractive.
And
Yeah, that's the
also,
thing.
one time Selena Gomez was playing Scrabble, and she posted a picture of it on her story. And on her side of Scrabble, like she was the is it Scrabble? Or no, I think it's Bananagrams. I think she was playing Bananagrams. Okay.
Okay.
And on her Bananagram, she had a 3-letter word, but she hearted it out with like a heart emoji. But we could tell the top letter was an F and the bottom letter was a G. And she hearted it out, but not enough.
If you're gonna cover up your slurs, why not just go all the way?
I don't just like cover it up, you know what I mean? Yeah. Fig. Yeah, so I'm like, ever since then, and the Benny Blanco stuff, I'm like, I don't like her, but I like Only Murders in the Building.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Benny Blanco, this is completely slander, because I know nothing about him. But he has the vibe of like, there's a certain breed of guy that's kind of the worst type of guy, where they're like, they were at a party and they were like touching a girl too much. And they were like, stop. They'd be like, oh, come on, we're just relaxing. We're just chilling.
Ew.
He's got that vibe to me of like that. Okay, cool. Sorry, we're just being chill. Like, but he's doing something creepy.
Do you know what vibe he gives me? He says the F slur and goes, I'm just joking.
That's the same vibe. I'm saying that I always get the vibe of that. Plus, maybe he would make people uncomfortable with how physical he is with them.
Yeah. No, that's the vibe he gives. He didn't do any of that.
That's the vibe. I have no idea.
Although that's his definite vibe with Filipinos specifically. Have you seen him? I just took over the stream. Have you seen him review Jollibee?
No.
That's like microaggression racism.
We don't do those. Those aren't a thing anymore. We do macroaggressions now, Kendall. We can't even bother with the micro ones.
Yeah, and sometimes they're not even micro. Do you know when someone like tastes cultural food and then they just go, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's just spaghetti, sir. It's just sweet spaghetti.
Who put fucking sugar on my spaghetti? Some kind of weird Asian guy?
Oh my god. Anyway, that's my lore dump for today. Bye.
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 I like Benny Blanco. Why? Because he wrote that one song, Ibiza. No, I don't think he wrote the Ibiza song. He wrote that one song, My Girl. Like from 30, 40 years ago? My girl, my girl. No, he was, I don't even think he was alive. He wrote Eminem's music? No. He wrote that song, Fug. I'm a fug. No, I don't think that's a song. I'm a fan, is my point. You can't name one of his songs and you think he wrote an incredibly broad variety of music spanning from like 50s crooners to Eminem's raps. Yeah, he's talented is what is my point. It's not a takeover unless she talks about K-pop or love songs. That's true. Well, anyway, are you done attacking people for defending free speech? Yes, I am. Hey, I do wish Jimmy Kimmel all the best. Take it from Karl Malone. He's an OG. What are you trying to say there? Nothing. I do actually wish it. I don't know. I guess I'm on the whole. I'm glad that he got his show back. Though I do think all of these late night hosts they're gonna need to transition in the next 5-ish years. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe cable will just limp along forever. Maybe in 100 years there'll just still be, because he's not even cable. He's like on network TV. But is anybody watching like late night shows on streaming? Does anybody sign into like, what is this even on? ABC? Like into Disney Plus to watch Jimmy Kimmel or whatever? Because it technically that could still be a thing, but I just can't imagine clicking on like, I don't even know if I would click on like the Conan O'Brien show. Maybe I probably would, but I just don't know if most people would if it was on like Hulu or whatever. It just feels like somehow that format needs to be slotted into a schedule that you can't escape. Otherwise, people just won't watch it casually. I don't know. You don't watch terrestrial TV anymore with the exception of SNL. SNL I could see surviving in a streaming ecosystem for some reason. Like sketch comedy seems cordoned off enough that it's like, I guess it's just too close to podcast. The media Venn diagram, like you have shows that are like produced and those you will sit down and watch on Netflix. And then and reality TV shows are in there too. And then you have like podcasts that you expect to be on YouTube and in your ears. And I think late night shows currently exist too much in the podcast space. So nobody would feel like going to like HBO Max or Netflix or whatever for them. But you would watch, like a travel show with Conan. They tried to figure it out a while ago. Like David Letterman did this more plussed up interview show where there was like a big audience and it had like cool vibes and there was like these interspersed documentary moments. And that didn't really work for me either. But I don't know. Kendall's back.
Benny Blanco I don't know if it was COVID or post-COVID, one of those times, posted a video on TikTok of a little kid. It could have been his son, his nephew. I don't know. Of that kid completely butt naked. And in that video, the kid was like, I'm touching my pee-pee. And he posted it on TikTok. And then he refused to take it down.
That sounds kind of bad.
Sorry, I just had to put that in there. So, can you be a good person if you're engaged to Benny Blanco?
We're Benny Blanco haters here now. He might come on the stream. You know, of all the celebrities who might be willing to come on a stream like this, do you feel like Benny Blanco might be willing to? I would need more viewers. But I mean, the aesthetic, unfortunately, I could see him being down for. And I don't know what that says about this stream. Apparently nothing good. Damn it. Okay. Well, look, that's, again, all the best to Jimmy Kimmel. I'm glad he's back. I don't know why I feel slightly guilty for I think because he's a comedian who was legitimately taken off the air for a ridiculous reason. I feel bad just shitting on him, trying to say his piece about it. But there are just elements about it that I'm like, come on, Jimmy. We can be a little meaner than that. You're a bad person. Sure, that's also fair. Let's set it down to Munch and Crumb, though. And then we got a new segment to try, and we have to go amongst the web. So there's a lot to get done. But for now, Crumb is back, apparently. It's time for Munch and Crumb. What the frick? What is happening? Crumb, you're back and you immediately break everything with your bad attitude, your weird hell amnesia. Spent all my time saving your stupid ass. You're back and you already forgot what the fuck even happened. How is that even possible? Welcome back to the most useless guy on the planet. Better without you. You were better when you were fucking dead. It's Crumb. It's fucking Jeff. Jeff, what are you doing? Crumb said he had to use the bathroom, so he gave me he said, wear this, it'll bother Munch. He was just right here. He's doing this again? I'm back. Oh my God. You've been gone for that long, and this is what you do. I'm not falling for another prank, okay? Nobody's gonna trick me. It's very elaborate the way that you've created a footprint of a whole summer of news, and every date I've checked in the internet and my phone and everything points to it having been several months since I can remember everything or anything. But I feel like this is a trick. Just accept that you died. Why is this like this? Oh, there we go. It's back. You're immediately concerned about the overlay? Well, that's one of the things I do here is I handle the overlay. I handle the overlays, focusing on what I can focus on. You died, you went to hell. I went to all the trouble to save you. You don't even remember. You were down there fucking trains, openly praising the devil? No, that just doesn't sound like. See, when you say stuff like that, I just don't believe that I died. I had to beat the devil in debates at least 5 times, I think. And I beat him every time. Not to save you, but because everyone was accusing me, the most honest man on the planet, one of the most decent men ever to be incredibly more than decent and actually perfect, of killing you. As if I would waste my time. You threatened to kill me every day. You tried to kill me actively with a gorilla. But there's no way that would work. So I can't get the taste of like how a fire smells out of my mouth. And I want to know how you did that. How did you do that? I didn't do that. You were in fucking hell. I'm surprised it doesn't taste like fucking train lube because you married a train. What does that even, that's crazy. What does that even mean? I don't know. You're the one who did it. You should be able to explain these things to me. You pierced the veil and you came back with fucking nothing. That's incredible. How did you even manage that? Munch killed me, but I'm alive again. You got killed by a gorilla that you bet yourself. None of this is ringing a bell? Well, the gorilla part. But, he was an animatronic gorilla, so how would he have punched me? If that's your logic, then how did you bet him $300,000? He did threaten me a lot to get the money back. A lot of this isn't adding up. The last thing I remember is bravely asking for forgiveness in the face of danger. You mean begging the gorilla and me to let you live? Pathetically, bravely, in a life or death situation, standing up for what I believed in is the last thing I remember. Then, kind of an impossibly, somehow both dark and bright light. That was like an agony so searing that it was also like a release. And it was timeless. And then I was, finishing my sentence. And I'm stronger than I used to be. I keep pulling doors off of their hinges. And I have not been hitting the gym, so not sure what that's about. You're a ticking time bomb. I'm gonna have to send you back to hell just so people are safe. My penis is hairless. Completely hairless. And it was the size of a baby's for about 48 hours. But it's returned to normal. It was seemingly the penis I had as a baby. What? How would you even know that? I just mean it was tiny. And the testicles were a level of lifted that I've never experienced in my memory. But then over the course of 48 hours, it returned to normal. Which is, big but unpleasant, is how I would describe my penis. I'll admit it. It's an ugly horse. What are we debating today? Look, we need to focus on what we can control here, Crumb. And that is me crushing you into the dirt. Also, my points. First of all, where are my points? They're there. Where are my points is my point. You said you gave me all your points so that you would live. And then you killed yourself. I do remember that. I remember saying, I made a deal with you to not get punched by a gorilla. And then, and for that, I gave you all my points, which is ridiculous that you agreed to that and cruel. But apparently I did get punched by the gorilla, so I think I get the points back. So you admit that you got killed by a gorilla and you went to hell. I don't. I do refuse to accept that. So then the deal was fair. And the points are mine. The points get given back. Everyone is agreeing that the points should get given back. I don't agree. By your own admission, you weren't killed by a gorilla. So until you can accept that, I don't see any reason that I should give your points back. And also, I didn't do it. The gorilla did it. He violated the deal. If anything, the gorilla owes you points, or he owes me all that money that I, for some reason, just set on fire, paying him back only for him to murder you. Something that he was clearly bad at. I would have done a much better job. That's the thing. If I had killed you, you would be dead currently. Gorilla kills you, all of a sudden you're fucking back after a couple months. Like you just had a fucking weird summer in Spain or some shit. Spain. Beyblade combat? Are you afraid to challenge me? In the realm of Beyblade? Do you have the stones for that kind of action? For me to get all of your points. How about that? No, you just get your points back, max. Okay, I agree. All right. We did the belly dancing class, and since then, we've really let this sub goal tick up. So, not today, because the situation with all these overlays is insane right now. But on Friday, we will create a new goal for a Beyblade battle. Also, we lost the Beyblades. You lost the Beyblades? Apparently, Case lost them in a move. So he's got to order new ones. Is the main reason we can't just do it immediately. What do Munch and Crumb redeem their points for? Everything. Well, nothing. I will admit it's basically just a marker of... Well, it's just sort of a nice reminder that you're insane and that I, despite you starting this with an insane cult of personality several years ago at this point, I crawled my way up. I crawled back like I was crawling out of an impossible abyss that there should be no escape from, and I bested you, and I had more points than you, and that's undeniable. I deny it. Look how many more points than you I have. Look how long I've been ahead of you. I gave you the only reason is I gave you all my points. What's really brave here? I ask you this. To like a coward demand Beyblade combat to get points you didn't earn? You didn't earn their points. I gave you the points. Points you gave them to me, so you didn't earn these. They're mine now. And you want to Beyblade your way back to the top instead of debating your way back to the top, Mr. Abyss Climber? Fucking Dark Souls 1 lore crumb. I do want a Beyblade for it, so I'm not falling for whatever you're trying to do right now. It's enough points for a Slinky. There is a prize pool for the points. What? Yeah, there's like a doctor style, like a dentist style prize drawer, but I have the key. Why wasn't I made aware of this? What types of prizes? There's like the little sticky guy that'll slide down a wall. Oh, what? That's 50 points. 50? And there is a Nintendo Wii. For some reason, like the old, couple generations ago Wii, and that's 1,000 points. That's just years away. By then, the Wii will be so outdated. It already is, but it's available. It's in the drawer. What? Could I have it now? You have 9 points. Well, what can 9 points get me? A single off-brand Pog chip. I'll take it. No, you have to settle this stuff with the Beyblade first before you start turning in your points for Pogs. Off-brand Pogs. They're called Logs. Like L-O-G-S? No. Technically, all Pogs are off-brand. That's a very good point, Card King. And as usual, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm doubting that this drawer even exists. I'd turn in my 9 points just to prove that you're lying. They exist, and you haven't earned them. And it's actually 10 points. It's a minimum of 10 points for any of the prizes, so... That is how you spell it, Boulevard Trask. Good guess. Logs, L-A-G, like a Lagunitas? Can you stop skinwalking instantly after coming back? I just have itchy eyebrows. It's the only hair I have right now. Cut me a break. My body is growing back slowly, and it's itchy. I feel like shedding my skin like a snake sometimes. What happened to me? What happened to me, Munch? What happened to me? Stop it. Can you just into it? Can we debate some? Well, there's probably a debate that was requested at some point. I can't remember what it was. What am I supposed to remember? Every little thing that happens on this craziness? Go to hell, get nothing for it. Just get your enemy back. That's my life. And now I can't even find whatever the last debate requested was. I could show you the footage. You want to see the footage of you exploding? There's no time. We need to debate, and we got to move. This segment isn't supposed to be the whole show. Well, but it is the whole show. The whole damn show. Right here. Mr. The Whole Show. Yeah, I literally saved you from hell, and you immediately are like, give me points. I am calm. Well, I'm Mensch, and I don't want you to have your points. Been doing that a lot lately. I can't do voices anymore. What the fuck was that? Well, it feels like there's something trying to crawl out of me at all times lately. Like there's bugs in me, but there's none. I went to a doctor. I feel like a part of me exists somewhere else. That part of me is trying to escape. You should be able to relate. You have all sorts of alter egos rattling around in there, right? Nope. Conquered them all easily. Now it's just me in here. Pure peace. Haha. Mentally as sound as possible. Garbage 9 points is a dead man. Those should be worth more. I agree. If I was really dead, these should be worth like at least 1.5. At least say double. What is wrong with you? What are we let's just debate this. Did Crumb what's something bad you could have done in hell? Did Crumb have sex with Hitler in hell? What? No. Well, I think that's a decent debate, right? You guys think Crumb had sex with Hitler in hell? I do. Everybody, if hell exists, and as a Christian, obviously I believe it does, there's so many people in hell. What are the chances I would even run into Hitler? There'd be beyond billions of souls in there. And if multi-dimensions are real, who knows? There could be infinite souls in hell. And you expect me to... Well, look, fine. That's so stupid. I'm glad to trounce your dumbass. Because A, I wasn't in hell, and B, I would never make love to Hitler. I said have sex. That's even worse. Making love to, that's where your head went? No way Hitler would associate with crime. Yeah, because I'm too pure. Mods, if you can make this debate, very simple. I think you did have sex with Hitler in hell. And you should accept that and just agree with me. And then we can just call it a day and go. I'll go get a sandwich and you can go eat all alone like you always do. You literally eat alone. I've never seen you eat with someone. I do not believe that you have friends. Coach McGurk was here just a little while ago. Who the fuck is Coach McGurk? What are you even talking about? Look, I think in all likelihood, based on you achieving a surprising level of status in hell, I'm assuming transportation's a pretty big deal because, like you said, it's an immortal realm full of all sorts of fucking people. You got to get from point A to point B probably all the time. You got a bowel entanglement scheduled at 6. You got to go get your fucking legs put into your eyes or whatever at 2. You're going to need a public transit system for that to happen. And you were in charge of that. I don't know how you managed that, but you were in charge of somehow hell transit. Really? Because I always thought I'd make a pretty good Secretary of Transportation. I mean, Buttigieg is doing a fantastic, was doing a fantastic job, but I think if I got, shut the fuck, that's not the point. The point is, I think probably because you were mingling with the upper echelons of hell, you probably all over Hitler's social crew. You were probably like top 5 on hell MySpace or whatever. I think it's extremely likely, and given that apparently everyone in hell is straight up fucking all the time, they are? Based on what you were saying? Like a lot of sex in hell? I mean, probably not good. Like, it was weird. Wait, what do you mean it was weird? What happens in hell stays in hell. Well, clearly I can't remember any of it. What kind of sex are we... Well, look, you're talking too much. I would never have sex with Hitler. Why would I even run into him? I wouldn't. I didn't die. I'm right here. I can't have sex with Hitler. And honestly, I'm not attracted to mustaches of that size. If I was going to have sex with a man, I'd want him to have a brawny mustache. Like a really thick Yosemite-style mustache. If I'm even going to consider it. You want to fuck Yosemite Sam. More than Hitler. Funnel web, that's between us. And you weren't invited to the hell orgy that I had. You had an orgy already in hell? Just a little bit of one. It was mostly heavy kissing. All of this is so stupid. It didn't happen. It did not happen. And whatever. I'm not even... It's fine. If I was really dead, then people would have definitely given me a win. Because they would have missed me. So they would have given me a win. You were dead and nobody cared. But they did give me a win. Boom! Yes! Oh, God. It is good for this to be against the you that can really feel it again. You died. You straight up died. This is your first show back. And I fucking beat you so easily. Everybody thinks you fucked Hitler. Munch cured. That's true. You know, the real lesson, if I was dead, as you claim, is that you could not make it even a few months without defying the laws of all that is holy to resurrect me. You literally moved not just mountains, but realities just to be in my presence again, Munch. No, I had a lot of detectives breathing down my neck. In what if it was months ago, why were you still on the air if I openly died? Well, they weren't that worried because it was you. Like, they're like, well, there's a statute of limitations on Crumb where we don't really have to care ever. That's what the detective said. I was surprised too. They're like, look, we want to be clear with you. It seems like you did this, but we don't care very much. So if you can just figure it out in the next couple of years, then you're off. And I did. I wasn't that worried about it. It wasn't that big of a deal for me. If what you're saying is true, you resurrected me from hell. That David guy is still on tour, isn't he? I don't want to debate that. Well, there wouldn't be a debate, would it? Who's David? You know, that's not... And why do you say David? It's got a 4? No, that's not even... Don't ask that. Is his music good? Who is he? Nope. No. Can you tell me why the debate I had scheduled for September is... He's not returning my calls. Again, I was supposed to debate a major Republican influencer. in just next week. No, let's not. Crumb? You're on a news show, technically. Look at the fucking news. I'm just saying, it's like, it was a big event. It was at a college and everything. What am I saying that's so... Can you just explain it? No, I cannot. Okay? I'm not going to get recorded explaining that to you. Just keep saying things until maybe someone makes you get off the air again, and then it's a win for everybody. I didn't see him down there. See who? Down in Pennsylvania? That's where it's supposed to be. All right, you know what? That's where I said it. I flew down to Pennsylvania to shut up. Stop. That's all the time we have. We gotta go. What an untriumphant return. Jesus. It's supposed to be back in the swing of things. You can't even get your fucking reality straight? You died. Now you're gonna kill the show with your fucking craziness. This is all your fault. And that's what I want to leave you all with. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Guys, there was a town hall request a while ago that I was unable to meet at the time, which reminded me that there was a fully broken segment on the stream that I had no choice but to fix. It was several weeks ago. But we're back. We're back in the town hall with our live studio audience, as you can hear, absolutely losing their minds because they get to ask the questions. You can ask the questions by typing T followed by an H. There was supposed to be a graphic on stream, but we forgot. But TH followed by your question or comment will put you in line to ask your very own question here at the Bin Town Hall. Now in the future, you'll be able to request whoever our guests are for the day if you ask for this segment. But because you have no idea what the segment is and why should you, we just scheduled 2 guests today. Coming in all the way from, I'm assuming, Texas, or I guess he lives in LA now, it's Chet. That's right. I'm here at the town halls and ready to answer all of your questions. Pull no punches with me because I'm so ready to answer. That's great, Chet. Pleasure to be of here. Hi. Really, yep. Also, because we couldn't get anybody else on short notice, I don't know where they're from. Probably like the LA suburbs. It's Darfus. Yeah, that's right. I'm actually from Arizona. What's that? Arizona. And thanks for giving it up for me, everybody. It's me, your favorite, Darfus? Yes. Okay. Well, let's get into it. Are there rules to this? What is this? It's a town hall, so people ask questions and you're both supposed to give answers. And what, does one of us win? Like, how does this... I guess we could have set up something like that. We already have a debate show. This is more of an open forum. Maybe eventually we'll do a breakdown with a host or something to see who wins. There's a lot happening already.
Listen up, Jack. Skimmer just Mama Jam 300 shiny tasty coins, and I've been dying to say this. I love a good debate. Except for the one we finally beat Medicare eggs. but everything turned out okay, right?
It sure did turn out all right, Mr. President. Give it up for the president, everybody. He did his best. He beat Medicare. How did he do it? How did he beat it? He just did it. All right, let's get into it. We got a couple questions submitted. You can submit as many questions as you want. Exclamation point TH is how you do it. Let's see who's up first with a question.
Test.
Didn't quite work. Ma'am, I don't really think that's we were looking for an actual question. I mean, well, what do you mean by test? Okay, and then she didn't really have one, I guess. All right. Never mind. Let's just go with the next question. Who else has a question for us?
Sammy got a thing.
Bad reason.
Okay, if we could just get a couple less questions that are related to completely nonsensical two-word things, that would be fantastic. So next time we'll get to your question if you have a different question.
Like this.
Sorry, like what? Like this. You like this? Me too. I like what you're I like your eye patch. I do also like your eye patch. I didn't sense much of a question or even a comment there, but agreed? Well, what are you agreeing with? I just generally agree like this. Yeah, like I get it like this. And I also get it. Next question, please.
When is Gizbo gonna fix the wall? Rats are still getting out, and I want get something out of the refrigerator.
When is Gizbo gonna fix? Who is? Yeah, that's a great question. Who is Gizbo? I think they mean Jizbo. That's one of the maintenance guys in the building. How come I haven't? I don't know. Look, my name is Marfus Darfus. That's your name? My name's Marfus Darfus. I don't know that much about this stuff, so happy to answer any questions about stuff that I like. It's like about me. But I will say, I think it's Tuesday. Next Tuesday? Did you talk to him? No, I'm just like guessing. I'm just going to say next. And if you're listening, Gizbo, then we're going to hold you to that. So next Tuesday. Does that answer your question? I can't really tell if that answered his question at all, but okay, whatever. Next question, please.
Is Texas the South? Is Texas the South? Is Texas the South? Is Texas the South?
That is a really good question. And thank you for singing it. That is the Texas way. That's the Texas way? You don't know that? It is. Yeah, no, both of you are correct. If you're going to ask a question about Texas, it is polite to sing it. No, it is onto itself, actually. It's a little too big of a deal just to be contained by one cardinal direction. Texas is actually its own cardinal direction called Tauth. Starts with a T for Texas. And we're part of the Tauth. It's not an alien thing. It's like a Texas thing. I'm going to say it is part of the South because it's like part of the southern United States, and I think that's how that works. I do think Darfus might be honest. Then you're both wrong. You are both wrong, but it is an excellent question, and thank you so much for asking. Did you have another one? Oh, nope. Okay, sinking away. That's fine.
Is Arizona hot?
You all can ask for the record. You all can ask right away when you stand up if you want. Now, I like the delay. It lets me kind of take the person in first. Is Arizona hot? Yes. Not as hot as Texas. I don't know if that's true. I think it's plenty hot in Arizona. It can get just as steamy If anything, it's more arid. I used to have a friend named Arid, actually. He was very funny. What? His name was Arid. He owned a bunch of spiders, and he used to put them in people's cereal boxes. And you'd pour out your cereal, and there'd be a big spider in there. And we'd say, Arid got us. Iridophobia. Does that answer your question? I guess it did. He's gone. Darfus, is that something you'd be into? No, I'd really prefer not to be killed. And, I will defend myself. I've actually got a lot of upper body strength. And I have I've been told I kind of have what was the word? Rebarded strength or something? Reparted strength? That's what they used to say I had in high school. So don't mess with me is my point. I'm a man of peace. Just don't keep searching for the word. I was just asking. Yeah, I really don't. Please don't finish. Maybe we just move on. Well, that's a no from us. I think we could have just said no. Just that's an oop.
Are Peter and Grandman dead?
Are Peter and Grandman dead? It's probably more of a Munch question, or a Dave question, or a Jizbo question. I'm going to assume Peter is dead because he had the stench of a corpse at all times, and I don't think you can live that long looking like how he looked. And I don't know who either of those people are. Okay. Not even Grandman. Oh, I do know Grandman. Is he okay? I don't know. What? Grandman? Grandman's a lot for sure. Nothing can kill Grandman that easily, so. Maybe Peter's dead. I honestly... I don't know. Looks like we have another question there. Yes, you there. Hello? Yes, anybody? Oop.
Dumbass.
That one's a little unsettling if... Are you okay, sir? Sir? I think they're a little shy today. Well, he has got a mic, so we could hear him. Well, anyway, I'm actually a scientist, so joke's on you. I'm one of the smartest. Scientifically proven to be, I'm one of the guys that's considered to be one of the smartest to ever be a guy. And I'm pretty dumb. So I guess I agree. Next question, please.
Who decided what prizes Munch and Crumb can redeem their points for?
Well, do you have an answer for that, Chet? Just if there's any questions about me, mostly I know about myself. But are there prizes? Is that a thing, Case? Munch seems to have made a prize drawer, according to him. And is that open season? I would also like to get in on the prize drawer, if that's an option. I just, it's not me. I don't know. Well, Case, it'd be nice if you knew this kind of stuff. Because the people, he asked a very reasonable question, and it'd be nice if we could know. And also, you are a very handsome man. Is that rude to say, to comment on your appearance right away? Oh, shoot, I scared him off. I did scare him off, and that is probably fair.
Can we go back in the wall to rescue Grandman?
Jet, I will go to the wall to rescue Grandman. Yes. And I don't get the question. Chet, you're committing. Please just don't commit to a date that you're going to do that. Tomorrow. Okay, I'll go. Nope. No. Okay, but I will go rescue Grandman in the wall. That's the thing that I am now committing to. At some point. Fantastic. And when I go, I'm going to have a bunch of special abilities that have a lot of effects attached to them. Brand new ones. And I want a new stat. So to answer your question, that's how it's going to be. Right?
Should the Fed cut the interest rates one more time?
Is there any chance you could repeat that? Yeah, I didn't quite catch that. That's a different guy.
Should the Fed cut the interest rates one more time?
You stole that guy's question. What did you do to the other guy? No, well, look, he had the same question. He repeated it for us. It's a little racist that you... I don't know what race that blonde guy was, but... I guess I could have read the text next to you. Personally, I think... interest shouldn't be rated. Because it's more of a vibe. I agree 100% with Morphin Ranger? Marfus. Darfus. That's a very cool name. Thank you. So we're not like enemies in this? We don't have to fight each other? No, it's just a town hall. That's literally all it is. Okay. Next question, I guess. Yes?
Legalize weed.
Question or a statement? Oop.
Legalize weed.
Okay, look, we're getting a lot of it today. I think we did. It is? I don't really like to do drug. I am a little traditional in that sense. I believe in a drug-free orgy. Okay. And I think weed's only good if it's in a protein powder. But cannabis protein is actually an incredible pre-workout. You know, I'm not going to claim that they don't make cannabis protein, but hopefully they don't make cannabis protein. Well, they do, so you're wrong.
Best yo mama joke.
Well, if I may say, thank you for the incredible question. You asked it so well, and I like a lady with a deep voice. And I think you're really smart for asking that. Can we all smile at her real quick? I tried to smile, but I think you're being odd. Best yo mama joke. Your mother was so beautiful that she gave birth to an absolute angel. And I mean that inside and out, and I know we just met, but I just respect your mother so much. That's your joke. It's not a joke. And the jokes are offensive. And I've never told one. And thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you. Your mom is so... Your mother is so French. She... Hi.
Do you know this guy?
It's my brother.
You know this guy, right?
Yeah, that's Evan.
You actually know him?
Yeah.
Deadass?
That's Evan.
He's in Only Murders in the Building.
I know that. That's my... that's my friend. Is that your brother? Some people say we look like brothers. You both have very similar faces. Anyway, your mom is so French that she meant to take birth control, but she had a kid, so I guess she baguette about it. Oh, she didn't like it. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Considering this whole show has some of the most demented, deranged, and macabre beings on the planet, can we get a Ben Halloween?
Yes, and I am the marshal of the Ben Halloween parade. Parade? Isn't that a thing? We've never done that before, chat, but I think we probably should this year, the Ben Halloween parade. Can you stop making big promises for segments that are tied to specific dates that are only a month away? 4.29 was the rating for Darfus's joke, because the Halloween parade I do would have gotten a 10. That's pretty good. That would be, I think, a failing grade anywhere. Anyway, Bin Halloween parade, October 2nd? That's a good date. No, that's way too soon. Maybe, chat. Maybe. I don't even know what that means. Bin Halloween parade. Excellent question. But next question, please. We've got to keep moving here.
Chet, what is your favorite part of science, and does it science?
Chat, do you understand the question? Of course I understand the question. You are saying it wrong. It's science, but I don't want to be overly pedantic, because scientifically speaking, as long as you understand what a word means, it's scientifically relevant to the sentence that it exists in. And I think that answers your question, because science really applies to everything, from both the words to the wind. And yes. And that seemed like a question for him. So I agree. And thank you for being a cute little fox. That's fun. Yes, you there. Next question. I like your hair.
Why is hate sock so nice to Kendall, unlike everyone else? What's going on between them?
That's a really good case. What's going on there? No, this is a town hall for you guys. I'm just the host, actually. Okay. I think it's a good question, Case. And you do seem like the one to... Well, we could ask Kendall. But nothing. I think something is going on to answer your very reasonable question. And I also really like... I've said earlier, I like a deep voice. And the way you whisper... You ever remember Whisper Song? Like Whisper Rap? 2015? That shit was popping off. I was a huge fan. And I like the way you talk. And I don't mean any disrespect by that. And I also think it was fun how you were scary. Sometimes I like a little spooky trick. And you did that for us. And next question, you there. Ooh, it's her again. Okay, this time don't ask test, please.
Chet should be like Biggie and say you look so good, I'll suck and you're the this dick.
Did you guys get that? What? Wait, what? If I can just say, I do also like your voice. And I like your vibe. And I do like what you're wearing. And I think it's cool you asked test. What did you ask? She said, it's very simple, Chet. She said, Chet should be like Biggie and say, you look so good, I'd suck your daddy's dick. So try that. Oh, hey. You look so good, I'd suck. No, it doesn't feel right. Miss, I'd love to make your dreams come true. But I don't do those types of, I don't do requests. I do set. Well, no, I do your fantasies. There you go. How's that? No? Let's take one question from the other person that asked a dumb question, or just anybody. Oh, you again. Goddamn. Nothing for us?
This is a test.
We're back to tests, so I think that'll probably do it for today, but great job, everyone. Chet, you're free to go. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. Look, I'm happy to be the first one to ever answer a question correctly, and I got 100% on this exam, and that means I've earned 6 months off, and I'll see you all in, what's in 6 months? September 22nd? Okay, bye-bye. No, that's 2 days ago, Chet, and he's gone. And I also really thought, I like the little fox, and I think test is a good question, because everything is a test, because people are always asking you stuff. That was your goodbye? Oh, yep, I guess it was. Okay. Well, that's what this segment is. You'll be able to request it next time we do a stream here at the town hall. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And we'll try this again. Maybe we'll add a little between question music. And maybe we'll make some kind of game out of it. I don't know. But now the town hall does work again, so we'll see you all soon. Grandma. Grandma Crumblebottom? I stopped dyeing my hair, so I look a little different. Wait, your hair was white before? Yeah, I used to dye it white. And I got LASIK. I'm a different person now. Oh yeah, you had glasses. I feel like a brand new lady. That's not an invitation, young man. Still got some muscle in these legs. Keep your distance. I would never. Grandma Crumblebottom, I would never. What? I mean, I would never be rude, okay? Or whatever you're trying to insinuate. Look, you're in trouble. For what? What did I do? Look, you're in trouble, young man. Way you're acting. Are you trying to hit on me, Grandma? Oh, ew. Send her into the wall? I'll go in there. You think I haven't been in a wall before? You used to back in when you moved to Seattle in 1992. What? You'd have to live in a wall. There's nothing for us back in the greatest generation, they called us. In 1992, wait, how old are you? I'm pretty old. If I was in my 30s and you know, because I don't look a day over 60. Just saying, you didn't have all these fancy ragamuffins you kids have nowadays. Back in 1996, you were lucky to get even a TV tuner, so you watch TV in bed. How old are you? Old enough to know that's a rude question. Okay, well look, what we do here, Grandma Crumblebottom, is we watch internet videos. Pass. Well, we're gonna do it, so you don't have to watch them. But you are here for some reason. Yeah. I got lost. Is that an aging thing? No. Been that way since I was 16. Back in 1982. Now I can do the math. Well, the vibe I had in 1982 was 16, but that wasn't my age. Okay. You can submit videos in the bin thread at the Discord, the Cream Team Discord, in the bin thread, and then within the bin thread, amongst the web thread. What? You gotta find a better way to describe that, and yet I never have, and I never will. Okay, let's see what people have for us today. It's a video.
Mario Kart Super Circuit on Game Boy Advance.
Oh, there's a gorilla over there. I didn't even see him. Are you okay over there, young man? He's playing the tunes. You didn't even notice the gorilla? Didn't see him till just now. That can happen. So we don't all age gracefully. Some of us age into a truck. And they get smushed up. It's a real meat grinder out there for the over 40 crowd. Over 40. Maybe. If you're under 40, you're like my age. Maybe I am, young man. Then you can't call me young man. You're freaking me out. In a good way? Let's just watch another one. See what else we got.
Damn, bro, I like your fit.
What fell off? What fell off? Oh, it was on the whole time. Oh, it was in. Oh. Oh. Used to happen back on dates. Anybody riding a Ferris wheel or a roller coaster turns upside down. Back in 2002. It was a huge hazard. Every time somebody rode a roller coaster, any kids, you just hear the butt plugs raining down onto the fairground floor. So I can relate. Kind of impressive that he was doing that trick. Kind of impressive he was doing that trick and his butt loosened enough for the butt plug to fall out. I feel like doing a trick like that, you would clench. Not if you're experienced. Guess you loosen up sometimes if you're stressed. If you've trained, then in stress you train yourself to loosen. Say that's the kind of thing I know how to do. New sub goal? Let's just watch another one. What? What? It ate it? Yummy. Have a little teppanyaki. I relate to sperm whales, because I'm big and fill in the rest. You are pretty tall. Yeah. Taller than you, little guy. I'm kind of tall. Not tall enough for me. That's pretty gross looking. I think nature's beautiful, even when it's being vicious. As long as something's going into a hole, I like it. I'm not gonna interrogate that, what you just said at all. I'm gonna click on another video. I'm just gonna try to get through this today, Grandma, because of the way you're being. You can't handle a little old school action?
My name is Jimmy Brown. The name of this song is Every Time I Speak, I Regret It Immensely. Every time I speak, I regret it immensely. I feel such shame, and I regret it intensely. I open my mouth, and words come out. They sound like shit. I regret it. Every time I speak, I regret it immensely. The words I say endlessly offend me. I wish my thoughts would hide, but all the stupid words, they escape from inside. Every time I speak, I regret it.
This is a relatable song.
I feel such shame, and I regret it intensely. My thoughts are shit, my words are too, but I say them anyway, because I don't know what
We've all been there. I do want to test one thing, guys. I'm gonna mute a source because I feel like I might be double. Everything is very loud. Hey, you know what? I guess I'm not. I guess everything's just turned up. Unless... What are you doing? I'm clicking on things. Give me a sec.
My name is Jimmy Brown. The name of this song is, or was, Every Time I Speak, I Regret It.
Huh, okay. I guess everything's just somehow turned way up. We're overly turned today. I'm gonna turn down our gain a little bit. It's turned up a lot. Check, check, check. Check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Is this how you spend your time? I'm here to watch crazy fucking videos. I want to see splatter. What type of splatter? Any type. I want to see things go. What you got? We can't watch violent. I didn't say violent. I said splatter. Well, we might run into that. We might run into that then at some point, but we can't. Let's just see what this next one is.
Actually feel the tip.
Ooh.
Has it come through?
In slowly. Not too hard. Wait,
Which
if I
way
push, hang on, if I push back on the tip, I push back on the tip.
Yeah, I can feel you.
Okay,
I can feel you pushing back against me, but because this big rubber plug is here,
Yeah.
I can't actually see where your hole is.
Which hole is it? Is it the front one or the...
Oh, it just went in my eye.
Oh, no. Is it the front hole or is there another one at the back?
No, I need that hole because I need to stick that up from underneath.
Yeah, well, does it have a It's got the big rubber over it already, right?
Yeah, but can you, if I stick it all the way in, can you feel it or not?
I can see it now that I'm bending back.
No, but can you feel it?
I can with the tip.
Yeah, okay,
So now you should be able to jam that.
So now can you feel that?
Oh, it's not quite lined up.
Well, then you need to start pumping it with your hands a bit until you can feel it come through.
It's the entire car. Oh, hang on.
There it goes.
Dude, it went.
Yes,
Awesome.
awesome.
Did you feel that?
Yep.
Dude,
put that around the tip of it.
So good.
Screw that on it. Might need
And
some
put the
juice.
nut.
I stuck some, put some juice on it in advance.
There you go. That's nutted, dude.
Is that on?
Yeah, I nutted. Yep, done.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're watching
Well
the
done.
whole thing.
Can you actually feel the tip?
Ah, that's it?
Has it?
There's not any more of that? Is that one of your kinks? That's everybody's kink. Two meaty guys good with screwdrivers, plugging away. I was imagining I was the car. I think they might have been doing it. Honestly, though, we had a similar bit somebody posted the other day, and I do think those guys were acting it a little bit better. So I give their acting a 10. They were selling it. Or they're just very comfortable describing things accurately. Why am I so horny? Well, not because of questions like that. You know, you never ask why the wind blows. But you might ask why I did.
Hey,
I'm clicking on the next thing.
we are heading back to school and facing the world's hardest amazing digital circus and Poppy Playtime quizzes.
But first, we'll study by facing the amazing digital circus in real life and watching exclusive Leaf the Garden of Pan Poppy Playtime Chapter 7 videos.
If we get all of these questions right, we'll unlock a super amazing digital circus art video at the end. Let's go!
RE3 Canning Inc. What did you just show us? You trying to break my mind? Because I've seen daguerreotypes that'll fuck with your brain more than that. That's kid stuff. I think it is literally kid stuff, to your point. I gotta look this channel up. Because in a different time, I would have thought that was a parody. But I think that's just the harsh reality of the current media landscape bearing down on us. Let's give them even more exposure because they earned it with those incredible graphics. Oh, they're on Instagram. That was an Instagram channel. Even better. I gotta go to Instagram to find this. Stop it. Stop it. You're killing my buzz. You're drunk? Always. But I'm sobering up. If you're not careful, and I get really horny when I'm sober. Oh well. Okay. The Smiling Grinners. Maybe that is a bit. I think it is a bit. That makes me feel a lot better if it is. The Smiling Grinners. Any of you hookers know how to bowl? Is it just like brain rotty stuff? Or was it someone reposting a different thing? That was a very zero-worthy video. Unless... What is it, though? I need to know. Stop it. Not everything needs to be interrogated. Yeah, like I have 3 arms? No. You can't find it. It does seem I can't find it. Live and Sleazy, if you know what the source of that is, I'm curious. Is there a new level of like, because I've talked about before that I was kind of fascinated when I discovered that there was like a whole genre of YouTube just based around Spider-Man and Elsa kissing. And this feels like it's 3 layers deeper than that. Is it troll nonsense? I just can't tell if this is like a common style for kids content on YouTube, and I'd kind of like to know if that's the dark future. Oh, here it is. I found the original post from Reckoning Inc. But I guess it's just this video.
Facing the world's hardest amazing digital circus and Poppy Playtime quizzes.
But first, we'll study by facing the amazing digital circus in real life and watching exclusive Lake the Garden of Pan Poppy Playtime Chapter 7 videos.
If we get all of these questions right, we'll unlock a super amazing digital circus art video at the end. Let's go! Today, we are heading back to school and facing the world.
What is this? It's got to be a YouTube channel, right? It's posted, but I think this is a repost from this like meme account. I think this might be a straight up YouTube channel. And I need to find it. Why? I need to know. I'll do it on my own time. Don't. I'll do it on my own time. And then I'll report back. Stop it. We'll find out. No, not for that reason. Click original audio. I don't even know how to do that.
Today we
It's not on TikTok, so I don't think I can do that. Unless you can do that on Instagram now. Also, I'm not on the app. I'm on the fucking shitty web client that all these social apps have. You're pretty invested in the mystery?
Heading back to school and facing the world's hardest amazing digital circuit.
All right, I'm just going to type back to school amazing digital circus Poppy Playtime. Anyone else obsessed with the Huggy Wuggy Poppy's Playtime? What? I don't know what the fuck this is. There's a TikTok of it too.
We are heading back to school and facing the world's hardest amazing.
Tell me what the source of this is, you bastards. It's a YouTube show. Yeah, I just need to find out what one. This is a new low. I feel like we've discovered a new low, and I need to be aware of the genre. It's basically brain rot, but this is like gross on a level that I'm kind of legitimately impressed by. Oh God. I guess this is like a... What? I can't find it, damn it. But I guess there's the digital circus, I guess, is a thing for kids. There's something here with 31 million views that just says the Amazing Digital Circus official trailer. Like, what the fuck is this?
Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus! My name is Kane. I'm your ringmaster, and I'm here to show you the most jaw-dropping, heart-stopping...
This has 394 million views?
Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus!
I've never heard of this.
My name is Kane. I'm your ringmaster, and I'm here to show you the most jaw-dropping, heart-stopping, mind-bending paraphernalia you've ever...
I don't care about this as much. This makes some sense to my brain. It's some kind of weird kids and or adult horror, I can't tell thing. I'm more curious about what those other two kids were doing. It's famous. I never heard, I mean, I think I'm out of the age group. I think. I don't know what it is. I'm only caring about these two guys with their horrible bus animation. Lanky Box World? Chat figured it out for me, possibly.
Today we are seeing all Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 characters do the Hour of Joy.
The Hour of Joy? That's when all the toys came to life to goof everybody in Playtime Go!
Foxy, this is going to be really creepy when we see old characters
This
like
isn't as
Huggy
exciting,
Wuggy
though.
and Kissy Missy caught in 4K.
Oh no! Kissy Missy!
Wait, Kissy, no! And new footage of Miss Delight, Catnap, and even Doughy the Doughman too!
Okay. But that's just normal-ish. Don't do my voice. That's just normal-ish. I need to see more of these horrendous animations they make. Look at the horror of their thumbnails, though. Goo Goo Gaga. And they're both babies. Extreme Try Not to Cry Challenge Impossible. We can go to their most popular videos. What's their most popular video? Deleted Lanky Box music video?
Goo goo gaga, turn into a baby. Now I'm with my friends and together we go crazy. Got into a time machine and now we have fun. Baby Jack Jack, baby shark, go wild.
I've been feeling crazy lately, maybe it's just me. I've been lonely, I've been down, I've been hurting badly. Suddenly, Boss Baby shows up right there next to me. Says you wanna be more free? Hop up in my time machine. Sat down in the box, he said crisscross applesauce. I'ma show you how to find yourself when you feel lost. This machine's a little new, hope you keep your fingers crossed. Now let's turn you to a baby like me and be a boss.
Goo goo gaga, turn into a baby. Now I'm with my friends and together we go crazy. Got into a time machine and now we have fun.
This is probably closer to my rhymes than I'd like to admit.
Open eyes, I'm a little baby, hoping that I'm not going crazy. Everything seems different lately, whole world starts to amaze me. Everything's brand new.
Well, we gotta see the whole thing
taste of
now.
my food, hey, sky looking so blue, hey, I'm in such a good mood, hey.
This could be
Diving
me.
in the ocean and I'm in the deep end. Baby shark swam up to me with all his family.
Why is he in a
friends.
diaper?
He said life's about the love and the
The
time
little
that
legs.
you spend doing right, being kind from a baby up to the end. Hey, reaching for a snack, I look over and it's Jack Jack. He said, follow me, we're moving forward, don't you ever look back. Flew up in the sky, he said you already know that. Life's a lot like me, incredible. Goo goo gaga.
Goo goo gaga, turn into a baby. Now I'm with my friends and together we go crazy. Got into a time machine and now we have fun. Baby Jack Jack, baby shark, go wild.
I can do this? I'm quit. That's a good choice. I quit this show. I resign. This is the last you'll ever see of Grandma Crumblebottom. Grandma, I'm sorry. We had to watch all 2 minutes of that. It's only a minute 55 seconds. That has 23 million views. You think 23 million babies are... It is for kids. Why? Well, it's about babies. Kids like colors. That's unsettling. I get that kids, it's fine to make children's entertainment, but you have to do better than that. I think you have to. I think it's your responsibility, Lanky Box World, to do better than that. And I think they should feel bad. It feels like fetish content. I think because it's adult-ish. It's like 20-year-old, at least I'm guessing 18-year-old guys, probably older. It's so unsettling. The aesthetic is so unsettling. Yeah, it has a dark web. It immediately, like I said, it immediately reminds me of the Spider-Man Elsa thing. In the defense of the next generation, while I wish they wouldn't watch that, only 23 million of them did globally. And also, I don't even think they would know what they're watching. I think they'd just be like, I am a baby. You think babies have the thought, I'm a baby? Well, like if they're 5 or 6? How young or if they're 3, when do they give kids phones now? Right away. Fresh out of the placenta. You don't come out of the placenta as a baby. They reach in the placenta and they pull out a phone. And they tape it to the kid's hands. Anyway, that's definitely got views from baby TikTok, I'm assuming. Its comments are turned off, which is a thing on most children's videos. But I wouldn't want to know what the comments are anyway. We need to redo the cream cipher like that video. You know, everyone's saying that I could do it. I don't. I'm pretty sure that's not a compliment. That's one sub goal I just don't think we can make. If I make baby raps, they have to be better for kids than that. I need to study children's brains. That doesn't sound better. I need a children's brain scientist to tell me how we can fix them. What raps can I make that will heal the next generation? Peter and Crumb Baby rap sub goal. If I was to earnestly try to make stuff for like babies, I would feel a responsibility to not make that. That's for sure. Okay, we need a palate cleanser. And this might not be it. We're going to go till we hit a video that doesn't make us feel totally sick, and then we'll stop.
Right, here's that classic cheeseburger you asked for. Oh, thank you, but I didn't want cheese. All right, I'll get that fixed for you right now. I bet you thought I was gonna throw this cheeseburger, but that's not the type of restaurant we are.
You know, it's simple, but it was effective in my opinion. That's what we all needed right now in this moment, is a slap. Yeah. That's why I say you gotta hit people. Well, that's not what I'm saying, but it's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just gotta hit people. And they'll thank you for it. You'll thank me. Just a little face spank. Thank you for the smorgasbord of options that we received today. The bounty of chat. A lot of high scoring videos, and then maybe, I don't think I can prove this, but one of the worst videos we've ever watched, which was just me. In the offensive chat was me doing that to us. Although Live and Sleazy understands the things that will worm their way into my brain. And credit to Live and Sleazy for finding that Lanky Box video and sending us. We could keep going down this rabbit hole, but I'll spare you guys. But just know you could be watching Roblox K-pop Demon Hunters hide and seek. And that's just from you order their 22 million view hit. Video games in Roblox with zero budget. That could be you, Case. Oh, it wasn't. Sorry, I'm on streamer mode, so I can't see everyone's name. Psychor, apologies. You understand how my horrible brain works. Live and Sleazy also does, but in this case, Psychor was fishing deep into the YouTube hole and pulled out, the Instagram hole, which then fished us deep into the YouTube hole. Oh, I gotta get this off my screen. That aesthetic does legitimately make my stomach feel like it has a problem. So thank you, Psychor. Anytime someone finds a new low for children's YouTube content, I like to know about it. And now I feel like we do. I bet it gets even worse than that. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Someone who cares more about money can God. You do need to hire like an animator, maybe, to make that? Maybe. But we could definitely make one of those in less than an afternoon, probably. Minus the animation. You can only make a rap in like 10 minutes. Tempting, but I think I would rather be poisoned to death. Oh, we could make Fiona do it though. I would watch Fiona do that. Yeah, I'm sure it gets lower, but that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Okay. I think we're gonna call it straight from the webs. We're leaving the stream from the webs? Is that even a thing you can do? You can only exit the stream through the webs, actually, because we're in the webs. You dare me to do it? Dare me to drive? Let's raid Avali. I'll be back on Friday. And then, hopefully next week we'll be back to our usual streaming schedule. I really spent more time on that RPG than I should have, probably. So I had to take a little extra time this week to do other things. But next week I have no fully insane deadlines I've set for myself. So we should be back to relatively normal. Goody. So we'll see you Friday for our regularly scheduled whatever this is. Say hi to Avali for me. It's I already forgot the name of that horrific YouTube channel. Lanky Box. It's a Lanky Box raid. Be sure to type Lanky Box in chat in the hopes that Avali is also poisoned by having to know about that existing. Or maybe she already does. Maybe this is like the biggest children's entertainment group on the internet and I'm, as usual, woefully behind the times. Fill up her head with some of that baby rot slop. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Sorry for the late and slightly short stream, but we'll be back in action on Friday. And tomorrow, if you're a member of the Patreon, then I'll be on there with Cassim. Until then, see you later. Have a beautiful Wednesday. Bye-bye, everybody. Jesus. I am serious. I quit. No one's making you be here. It's a court order, actually. We already have that gimmick.